Students, in the last chapter 3, Exogenetic Processes 1, we had seen the different types of weathering due to which various landforms are formed. We'll just have a small recap of what we had done. In that chapter, we had seen what are the different types of weathering and how different types of landforms are formed because of them. Now, weathering are mainly classified into three main types: mechanical, chemical, and biological. In mechanical, exfoliation is done. Now, this mechanical weathering occurs because of temperature, frost, crystal growth, pressure, and water. We had done all this in detail. Then, in chemical weathering, it happens because of carbonation, solution, and oxidation. In biological weathering, we have mass movements, then rapid mass movements, which include rockfalls, landslides, and slumping. Then we have slower mass movements, in which solifluction is there. Then the last part we had done was erosion. In the next chapter, that is chapter 4, we will see exogenetic processes part 2. We will study in detail about the landforms which are formed because of erosion. Erosion means carrying away. Now, when something is carried, it is eroded. Then it is being carried, that means it is transported also. And if it is transported, it is dropped somewhere, that is the deposition. That means it is deposited somewhere. So, in this next chapter, that is chapter 4, we will study in detail about this. So, we will start with our next chapter, that is chapter 4, exogenetic processes part 2. Now, we have learned in the previous lesson about the earth's surface wears away because of erosion. Now, the eroded material gets carried away by agents. The erosion takes place, but it is eroded because of some agents. Now, when the speed of the agents reduces, the materials get deposited. For example, here the agents of erosion are running water, glaciers, wind, sea waves, and groundwater. All these, what they do, they carry something, they erode something, and then when they erode something, that means they are transporting it, and they will deposit it also somewhere. Because of these agents, the earth's surface keeps on undergoing changes and new landforms are formed. So because of erosion, we can say many new landforms are formed. In this chapter we will study particularly that. Now, first we will start with the work of rivers and the landforms which are formed because of the rivers. Now, we see running water flows naturally in a direction according to gravity. Right, where there is a slope, that means because of gravity it is flowing in the direction which is naturally made, and it makes its own way. This is called the flow of water. In the direction whichever the water is flowing, that is known as the flow of water. Now, when many such flows of water come together, a river is formed. So, when is a river formed? When many such flows of water join together, it is known as a river. The slope of land, the type of rock, volume of water flowing in the river, and the length of the flow, volume of sediments in the river, etc. are the factors on which erosion, transportational, and depositional work of the rivers depend. Now, what are the types of rock? What is the land, slope of the land, the volume, how much water is there which is flowing in the river, the length, kitna lamba river hai, and the volume of sediments. Sediments are the stones or particles which are carried in the water. That is the volume of the sediments in the river. So, all these are the factors which will decide the erosion, transportation, and deposition of the rivers. Okay. Now, erosion work of rivers. How do the rivers do the work of erosion? The rivers originate at a much higher altitude. You know, rivers originate at a higher altitude and they flow down. So, they are at a higher altitude of the sea level. That means sea level is at the ground, and rivers originate at a very high height. Okay, altitude is height. Now here the river flows at a great speed and therefore its power to erode is great. So you must have seen when water moves with a very high speed, of course it takes away everything which comes in its way. Now it flows through rocks, right? So when it is flowing at a very great speed, it can erode those rocks also. The river bed and the river banks get eroded because of the fast flow of water. River bed is the uh, ground of the river. Okay, inside the river which is there, that ground is known as the river bed. River banks यानी किनारे. Okay, the coast of the river. Now these get eroded because of the fast flow of water. Then sand particles, pebbles, etc. they also get washed away, and the various tributaries joining the main river also get eroded. Then all these lead to the formation of gorges, canyons, V-shaped valleys and waterfalls. Because of the erosional work of rivers, these landforms are formed: gorges, V-shaped valleys and waterfalls. Now we'll see the transportation and deposition by rivers. Now we know if river is carrying something, it is transporting, then of course it will deposit also. A river flows down the slope from a hilly region. At the foothills, the change in the slope causes deposition, of course. See, when the river is flowing downwards, it will flow fast and it will carry everything with it. But when it will come to the ground, of course the flow will become slow and thus the deposition will occur of coarse sediments. Coarse यानी थोड़े big, okay, a little bigger sediments. Now as these are deposited in a triangular shape, they form an alluvial fan. I'll show you a picture of that. See, now here you can see the river water is falling here into this pit over here, and it is creating an image or a deposition which is looking like a triangular shaped fan. So these are known as alluvial fans. Now alluvial means which is fertile. So the rivers carry very fine particles of soil. This soil is very fertile, so it is known as alluvial. So hope you all understood what is alluvial fan. Now as the steepness of the slope decreases, steepness means this is a steep slope. Now when the steepness decreases, that means the slope is becoming gentler. You can walk easily on this slope. This is steep. Okay, when the steepness comes down, it becomes a gentle slope. So when the slope becomes gentle, the flow is slow and it bends often in its way in an effort to cross even small obstacles. So it creates meanders. So when see here, you can see this is a meandering of a river. That means a river is flowing, but when its flow is very slow, what happens? Instead of flowing from here, it will go to a much smaller obstacle and it will start flowing from here because it gets away over here. So it starts flowing from here, and because of that these meanders are formed. See, you can see here also, then here also, and here also. So these are the meanders.